Hello, everyone, and good day to you. I hope that you're doing great, having an awesome week. This is, of course, Roger with Groovis Games Unlimited. And guys, I am back. I have been looking forward to getting back with you. And first of all, I hope everyone's doing great. We're in mid-January of 2022, so I just hope everyone's staying safe, enjoying whatever games you're playing, and of course, enjoying our Solo Crusader playthrough. I have to update you on a few things because you know me, I tell you everything. But of course, I'm just happy to be back, and I have to explain to you what happened 2 days ago because all these videos you're seeing now, I wanted to shoot, and I had some help on Monday. So let me tell you real quickly what happened. This was just, who would have thought? And I was talking to some people in our one group about this. This culprit right here. Look, I tell you guys everything, right? This is our old thermostat. So let me tell you what happened. Monday, I had it all planned. I was going to spend the whole day and night. I had someone helping me to run the videos downstairs, compile them, and to get all of the rest of the videos out for the Solo Crusader mode. So I was getting back to some people in the group, and I came into this room, which I'm always at, and it was really cold. So I went over to the thermostat, and it said it was locked at 67 degrees. Both of them said 67, 67. Tried to press it, totally locked up, gone. So, the thing was toasted. Come to find out, after hours and hours of trying to fix this, I had to get a new thermostat. So that ruined my whole day. And you know how much I'm looking forward to playing this game and having fun with you and hanging out. I was really mad. So that led to getting a new thermostat. Then I know a little bit about HVAC repair. Had to go downstairs, work on the furnace, clean out the flame sensor. It was a total crap show. So I apologize to you, but I wanted to be honest with you and tell you that's what the delay was. But I have the new thermostat. It's nice and cozy in here. It got to be like an icy tundra in here when it got to like mid-afternoon until the new thermostat was put in. Literally an icy tundra. So we're doing good now. So no more broken thermostats. And Graham, I want to say Graham was very concerned because I was sticking my head into a furnace with, of course, the flames going. And Graham, I just want to let you know, I did have healing potions, and I had an elixir in case I would have had any type of afflictions like a burn or something. So Graham, thank you for your caring about me. Okay, all right, enough about icy tundras and broken thermostats. You're here to play Dungeon Crusade, so without further ado, let's get on with the rest of it. Also, I want to chat with you about the Solo Crusader rule set. Like I said, I have already written out the main rule set for it. I'm working with my very awesome, fantastic friend Ilpo. He's kind of joined the project. I can't say enough nice things about him. We're going over these, but like I said, I'm adding some enhancements, like a difficulty table for the heroes starting gold, and the gratuity roll from the villagers. There's going to be a nice difficulty table there where you can roll on that, just to give you more options. So this mode, though, I have to say thank you so much. It has been so well received. I've gotten so many nice messages and some emails about it. Matt, I was just talking to you about it. And just so many people want to play Dungeon Crusade because of the Solo Crusader mode. And I think you know me well enough. I'm very passionate about this, so I don't want to just throw anything out there. And there were some people in our one group that was asking about that. So let me tell you why I'm waiting to do that. Because I want to release the solid rule set. And something I have waiting in the wings I want to talk to you about. I don't want to put out like version 1.0. Oh wait, we're adding this. Then 1.1. Okay, download this. So on and so forth. I do the graphic design for the rule book. So we're going over the Solo Crusader rules. I'm adding a few other things which we're going to talk about. This will be available to download for you along with the Mercenary Camp mini board. And of course, this will have its own section in the revised rulebook. So, guys, thank you for your patience and understanding. Just know that's just how I work. I don't want to keep putting out rule sets and wait, we're adding this. So just know It is coming. I hope to have it ready end of January, beginning of February, but I'll make a post, download it, enjoy. But this is something that no one's asked yet, but I already know people are going to want this. This is the game board for the Avalon Adventure board game. Yes, you can play this. You can play the Avalon Adventure board game with the Solo Crusader mode, and then, as most of you know, you import your heroes, if you find the 3 runes of eternity, into Dungeon Crusade. So I know very well there's going to be people, no one's asked yet, but I think people would like to enjoy this game, with a solo hero, and then if they survive Avalon, import them into Dungeon Crusade. In saying that, this is what I'm adding to the rule set, and it's a very simple tweak, and I can tell you, if you want to try this out, basically this is what it's going to be. It's going to be more fleshed out than this, but if you want to play the Avalon Adventure board game, here's what you do, and you can do this in the regular, way to play Dungeon Crusade. Select your hero, of course. What you're going to do is, at random, or you can select them, it will be in the official rule set for the Solo Crusader mode. You're going to pick 5 heroes, okay, and you're going to think of them as henchmen. They're going to go with you into the Avalon Adventure board game. But again, your focus is on your main hero. So any kind of gold, any kind of loot that your henchmen get goes to your hero at the end of the game. Because when I designed, as I'm opening this back up, when I designed the Avalon Adventure board game, it is highly recommended to play with 6 heroes. It's not advised to play with, any more or any less. You can, but it was made to play with 6 heroes. So just picture you're going to have your hero, you start up here at Hope's Reach, and let's say that he, brought 5, friends or, comrades along. If they survive Avalon, they just forfeit everything they found, the loot, potions, gold. It goes to your hero. You import your hero into Dungeon Crusade and then follow the steps for the Solo Crusader. So I think a lot of you will be happy to know that. So yes, you can play the Avalon Adventure board game with Solo Crusader mode. If your hero survives, import them into Dungeon Crusade. So that's another thing why I'm waiting to release the rule set for the Solo Crusader mode. So it's just more stuff for you to enjoy with a nice, graphic design rule set. Okay, on to the next thing. And before we get going, I have to make a slight correction because I went 2 spaces too much. Remember our Goblin Footman, and this doesn't affect our gameplay because it was the last one to activate. Well, our Goblin Footman was up here in the spider lair. It was right there. And it basically had 7 movement. So its movement should have been 1, and then it was going on the blue patrol route. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it didn't actually land on that skull pile node, although this turn 9, it will be doing that, but I just wanted to catch that and correct that. Okay, let's get on with the upkeep phase for turn 9. Okay, and here we are at the top of the turn, of course, in our upkeep phase, and I have to grab our cards. I always like to show you this so you know what's going on. Oops, I had to look for it, sorry. So again, we are right here in upkeep phase. We're just going to go down the list, and I'll say something at the end that one of Justin and our one group asked something about stowing items, and I caught that recently, so I want to chat with you about that. Of course, do we have any lit torches? No. If we did have a lit torch, we would be rolling a d12 to see if the torch stays lit for the forthcoming turn. On a result of 1 to 2, it would go out. So our heroes don't have any lit torches. Our heroes don't have any afflictions, as in bleeding or poison, so we're good with that. None of our heroes used any kind of special ability that was channeled. And right now I think it's just Zeke, our wizard, that had magic missile. So that's good. And of course we're not going to interact with the teleport track, although that is coming in the next few turns as we head to Celebration Day. And I have a surprise for you on Celebration Day, what House of Chance game we're going to be playing, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, okay, everything looks good, and we're about to head over to the dungeon. Let's discuss our plan for the hero phase. But I want to address something. Justin, hello there. I think you're watching and you've been enjoying the Solo Crusader mode and you've been wanting to play this. Justin had asked, and we'll use, let's use here Zeke as an example. But Justin had asked, when you get extra gear, and I think I said this earlier, maybe he just didn't hear it, but he said, well, is there like a weight limit? No, we don't want to fiddle around with that. We want to keep the action smooth. So even if your hero has 10 weapons or 8 pieces of armor, just place them underneath your main weapon. That's considered their backpack. So that's how that works right there. So no worries on that. Justin, just stack it underneath there. There's no weight limit, but of course you do not get the benefits of those, of any kind of buffs to those warfare types. And you can even do this, like flip them over if you want. So I did want to address that. Okay, so now let's head to the dungeon and talk about our strategy, because there's a lot of different options that we can do. Okay, let's head over to the dungeon. Okay, let's talk about our plan or our strategy here. And I have to say again, guys, it's just so nice to be back with you and back playing Dungeon Crusade. It was just, I was so mad about that thermostat, that damn thermostat, because I love playing this game and hanging out with you. So it's just nice to be back with you. Okay, let's talk about our strategy. I'm going to go a little in depth for you because definitely this is going to be that where I said like Dungeon Crusade is almost like a thinking man's dungeon crawl strategy game, because there's a lot going on right here and there's a lot of options that you could do or what we could do. First and foremost, I think we're just going to do this first though. We're going to move Albus. Albus is right here behind that bookcase. We're going to move him through the Chamber of Kings North into the Ancient Depths and have him actually go into that chamber with Matari and Mahaliak, because he has all of these items that he got from the village. Remember, we're going to give this to Mahaliak, and we're going to give the redwood staff to Mahaliak. Actually, we may be giving this to Matari, from what I'm about to tell you, because of the skeletal grunt here. But this is definitely going to go to Matari, the Sunstone Ring. So we want to drop all this off to them. Plus, he has the health and Ultra Juice potion. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move Albus and get him into this chamber. And remember, just so you know, Albus does not trigger a minion to convert into a raiding minion. It's a vagrant minion right now. Our skeletal grunt doesn't know these two are in that chamber. So Albus does not trigger a raiding status, I guess you could say. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to move him. Next, up here with Zeke, he's at mining site A. So I'm conflicted on what we should do. I want to do mining. He has, of course, the 2 initiative tokens, and I wanted to just sit here and farm that mining site so I could show you, how to create a power gem, and a power gem would come in very handy right now. So that's what I want to do. But then I want to bring him down here, possibly, and have him use magic missile and take out that skeletal grunt. So I don't know, I'm still actually thinking right now what to do here. I think we're just going to have him sit here and just mine this site. But another thing I thought of, again, just to give you guys some ideas when you're playing, bring him down here and use magic missile, and then have Mahaliak come out and they trade for that pickaxe, and have Mahaliak go up there and mine. Because, again, can you see how much is going on? Red Widow is right here. We don't know what she's going to do, but Zeke and Matari are very proficient in those warfare types, so that's going to be our guardian hunting party to take after Red Widow. Hopefully I made sense with everything I just said. So I don't know. So for right now, we're going to leave Zeke there, and we're just going to sit there for the 2 initiative and just farm that mining site. So I'm just going to place them. So initiative token 1 and 2 are going to go to Zeke. Place them in his player area. Next up, I think after, and I before I started the video, I was thinking about this. I think we're going to have Matari jet out of this chamber and attack the skeletal grunts. And I want to, this is kind of a strategy tip. Remember something, there's the terror track. If too many minions escape the dungeon, or if heroes perish, you saw that the terror track will go up by 1. Now in the early game, and I'm just going to move you over here very carefully if you don't mind, because I want to point this out just so I can teach you the game better. So hopefully you can see that. So there is the terror track right here, and it's on 2. Well, early game, it's fine if it's that low, and if a few get out, but you have to do quest table 2 and 3, and my point is, you don't want that to fill up and go to defeated. So you always kind of keep a track of minions and don't let too many escape. And lastly, remember there's a difficulty where you could set this anywhere, for more of a challenge. So I just wanted to point that out about escaping minions. You do got to keep an eye on the terror track. It's not a big deal early in the game, or even if you set it very high, but later game, there's a chance they could escape. So that's what I wanted to point out to you. And hopefully that all made sense of, why you don't want to neglect that track, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So for right now, what we're going to do is, because we're going to try to get into this chamber to get the wine bottle, that sparkling cherry jubilee. We're going to have Matari come out of the chamber, come up to the minion, and remember that the minions select one of the 3 at random. So we don't know, what the skeletal grunt is going to, use to attack or defend or whatever in this combat. So it's totally randomized. But for now, we're going to hopefully destroy him in the first round of combat. So I'm going to give initiative token 3 to Matari. Put that over here. And here was my thought. I wanted to get them into this chamber also, so we could finish the main quest. I'm going on, hopefully Matari kills the skeletal grunt, okay? So with initiative token 4, I'm going to use that on Mahaliak. He is just going to jet across the chamber here, from this chamber to this one, do a rally call for Matari. I'm going to put this on Mahaliak's card. We're going to give initiative token 5 to Matari, and again, we're hoping that she kills the skeletal grunt, then she could go in there and they could complete that main quest. So I'm going to give this to Matari. I told you there's a lot going on in turn 9 with the heroes. And then we have 1 initiative token left, of course. And remember, this, when you have 2 mercenaries, they have to be split evenly. So we're going to give this to Mahaliak. And that is our strategy. And hopefully all that made sense and you liked, me taking the time to explain, some of the strategies. But the big thing is Red Widow here. So what is she going to do on her turn? It's going to be interesting. Okay, so we are done. We have our plan. Let's move on to the encounter phase. Okay, and consulting our player aid card, we just did upkeep. That comes into focus. And upkeep, and then again down to encounter. So we'll draw an encounter card. And it is a challenge. I loved writing these challenges in the game. And you're going to notice too, I can't remember if I told you this, interlude cards have kind of like a white background. Events have a blue background. Challenges have like kind of this red tint background. And the events have a blue one, and the environmental ones have a green one. So let's take a look at this here. It's a challenge. And just remember, when you see the yellow eye or that eye symbol, if a hero is being tracked by a guardian, they're ineligible for this challenge. And the sword with the red dot means if they're engaged in combat, if they're adjacent to a minion, a guardian, they're not eligible because you get to select a hero. And let me point out again that someone had asked, are you allowed to read the challenge before selecting a hero? Of course. And this is not random. It's telling the player, go ahead and select a hero for this challenge. And yes, challenges have to be, processed. You can't say, well, I don't want to do it. You must do a challenge. Okay, you probably already knew that. So let's see what, First of all, select the hero. I'll tell you what, let's read this, then we'll select our hero. This hero has ventured into a chamber and has discovered 4 archaic coffins that are encased in cobwebs and dust. Take 4d6. These represent the coffins. This is a good one. Roll 1d6 at a time and consult the chart below for what the hero finds within each coffin. We're going to have fun with this one. 1 to 3, a doom claw scorpion stings the hero, 2 damage. 4 to 5, the hero finds 200 gold. 6, the coffin is empty. Okay, so I'll tell you what, let's get the battle board and set up like we did before, and we'll have a good time with this challenge. And who do we want to do this? I'll tell you what, I'll tell you over there. I'm going to look at the hero's health and we'll decide then. Okay, let's go set this up. And here we are in the chamber with Zeke. So I selected Zeke to do our challenge here. So he comes into this chamber and he discovers these coffins. There we go, there's the piece of art on there. As I said, it's just when I came up with the encounter system, I wanted to give players unique art, to, more of a visual to make it more thematic. So kind of picture that. He walked into this, and let's go up to the first coffin. So again, the D6s represent coffins. So let's start over here. So maybe Zeke goes up to this one. He's going to lift it, and he finds, as I try to roll here, that is a 6. Okay, so consulting our chart here. Okay, that coffin is empty. So it creaks open. There's nothing inside. So Zeke's going to go over to this one, open this coffin, and he discovers it's 5. Looking at our chart, he found 200 gold. How do you like that? We get that gold out right now. Okay, so Zeke finds 200 gold in that coffin. I'm going to put it in his player area. Move that. Comes up to this black coffin here. Roll. 6. And remember, that is an empty coffin. But we're up by 200 gold. So he goes up to the last one here, opens the coffin, and 1. Ooh, I think that's bad. Yep, a Doom Claw Scorpion stings the hero, 2 damage. And I won't give you any spoilers, but when I created the Doom Claw Scorpions, you may run into them somewhere else in the dungeon. I won't say where. So get his card here. You can see it's going to go down to 6. So 2 damage, but he got 200 gold. Okay, so let's head over to, we're just going to run through the motion of the Guardian spawn track because that would be next. So I'll meet you at the dungeon UI board. And we are in the Guardian phase. And again, our 2 Guardians, our quota have already spawned, the 2 Guardians. But just want to show you on your player aid card, it's right there. And remember, just want to reinforce this also, there's the entries in our scenario book for the Guardian spawn track and Guardians per quest table. And, there's the 6 different difficulties. So you set this at the beginning of the game. So if you want maybe just 1 Guardian to spawn, for an easier game, we're doing 2 for easy. Or if you want to try hard, where 4 Guardians will spawn. There's 8 Guardians in the game, so you could kind of go off this track and have 7 or 8 Guardians spawn if you really want a tough challenge. And then again, you could set this at anything you want for, when the track starts. So we just selected Novice, which is 20. So after Celebration Day, this track would reset back to 20. It's as simple as that. But if you really want a challenge, have it start at 11, meaning it's locked on 11. So the Guardians are going to spawn a lot quicker. That's kind of what that is. For sort of like a timer when the Guardians are going to spawn. So now we cleared that up. Let's go to our hero phase and see what's going to happen. Okay, and as we discussed, we gave initiative token 1 and 2 to Zeke, and we're just going to sit here for the strategy I came up with, and we're just going to farm this mining site. And let me show you that. Of course, it's mining site A. And I'm going to get the mining site deck and just bring it over here. And hopefully we do some good mining and get a lot of precious stones and some of the minerals to create a power gem. And this system is super, super easy. What else I wanted to say? Okay, so here's our pickaxe, and I have our D12. Remember, after Zeke does a mining action, you have to roll that to see if the pickaxe degraded at all. So I have that, and right now, what he has from the previous turn, he has some moonstone. That's one of the main components, moonstone and zultanite, that you need for crafting power gems, and then iolite. And again, remember, think of the warfare types in the game. So iolite, blue, ranged. Ruby stone is physical warfare. Jade is green, arcane, so on and so forth. So I'm going to show you, this is what he has now. And so I'm going to declare for his initiative token 1, his first action. He's going to do a mining action. You're going to roll a D3. Let me get our deck over here. And I want to let you know too that I don't want to give too much away. We actually may see it come up, but when I devised the mining system, and I'm going to shuffle it so you know, there's some couple things in here that prevents players from just sitting here and farming the mining deck. So just know that it'll surprise you what it is. So, but it's very appropriate. So I'm just going to set this over here. Hopefully, how about right up here so you can see. I shuffled that. Okay, so for the first action, we're going to roll. You roll a D3, declaring I'm mining. And, oh, that's not good. Okay, so we get only one thing from the mining deck, and it is, okay, that's good. That's sunstone. Think spiritual warfare. So, you know what we'll do? I'll show you a few of those recipe cards before we pull away. So we're going to add this. So Zeke has found some sunstone. He has a piece of iolite and moonstone. Okay, so first, next, since he mined, we're going to have to roll to see if the pickaxe degraded. This goes much quicker, you know, but I'm just explaining it so you know exactly how this works. And that is, no, 3. Remember, if a 12 would come up, then we would have to move the white clip down by 1. Okay? So now we'll go much quicker with it. Okay, that was his first action for initiative token 1. This is his second action. I'm declaring he's going to mine again. Hopefully get a 3. 1 again. Okay, just draw from the deck. And, okay, we got zultanite. You're going to notice these are the 2 main ingredients that you're going to need for mining. Zultanite, moonstone. Like I said, moonstone, consider that like a hardening agent for the power gem. Zultanite is very fragile. It's like a crystal. It doesn't really have any magical properties, but it amplifies the effects of the precious stones. You see how that works? So these are your 2 main ingredients that you need for crafting. Okay, so we did that. Of course, we're going to roll the D12. And no, luckily it was a 5. Okay, so that is the end of his initiative token 1. I'm going to get initiative token 2. And for his first action, of course, we're just going to keep mining. Hopefully we get a 3. And 2. Okay, so go to the mining deck, and Zeke finds, okay, another piece of zultanite. That's good. You can always use zultanite. And the next is, okay, so this is another thing. Pebbles and dirt. Basically, it's junk. It's pebbles and dirt. You can't do anything with this. So you can just place this back in your game box. But I'm glad this came up so you know. Pebbles and dirt, it's crap. Nothing. Okay, he did his mining, so what are we going to do? See if the pickaxe degrades. We have our D12. And close. 10. Again, that just like this, you know, from hitting the ground, that's, you know, why you do this, to see if it possibly degrades. Okay, so final action here. I'm going to declare he's going to mine, and then we'll wrap up both of his initiative tokens. So Zeke takes his pickaxe, hits the ground, and oh, perfect. It's a great way to end it. So 3. He found 3 things at this mining site. He found another piece of sunstone. He found another piece of moonstone. That's good. So we have some good, those 2 main components. And finally, oh, amethyst. Okay, perfect. And remember, mythical, purple. See how that works? Okay, so this is what we have right now, and I'm going to put them all in order off camera. So we have a few pieces of Zoltanite. Put that there. So there's your main. Remember, there's your main components there: moonstone, and Zoltanite. So we're doing. Oh, there's the other piece of Zoltanite. There you go. Okay, so Zoltanite, and there's the precious stones. And these are the things that have magical properties that, where you can create prowess gems, gems of enrichment, and all of that. I'll tell you what, let me just grab that and we'll go through that and show you a few of the recipes. And actually I can tell you, I think we already talked about prowess gems. You're gonna notice there's round sockets, like, this prowess gem, it's round. These go into weapons. You're gonna notice that square ones, I'll show you a really good one here. But there's like, sunstone prowess gem. And as you'd expect, it would give a buff to your spiritual warfare. That's kind of the recipe. So right now we could create that. So right here, that would be, we would need 1 moonstone, 1 Zoltanite, and 1 piece of sunstone. So we have that. So we could create this. And just know you can look through all this. There's no hidden thing. You could always rummage through to see what you would like. And just like that iolite, where's that iolite at? Yeah, we have, that's the greater one. So this is it's going to buff it up even more. That's going to give you a +4 if you plug this into a socket. So there's regular prowess gems and greater prowess gems. And I hope you don't mind me going through this, but I just want to teach you as much as I can about the game. But there's a really cool one. And we could create this because we had just done that amethyst. There's, 1 moonstone, 1 Zoltanite, 1 piece of amethyst, and that will create a amethyst prowess gem, +2 to mythical. So I think you see how this works. There's a really cool one here that's the gem of finesse. So this, it's not the one I wanted to show you, but you're going to notice, see the square here? It's not a round socket. These go into pieces of armor. Okay, so just picture the round sockets are on your weapons, square sockets are on pieces of armor. So even you can upgrade your armor. So for example, this is a pretty big recipe. So gem of finesse, we need 1 moonstone, 1 Zoltanite, 1 jade, and 1 ruby stone. And when you plug that in, that's going to give you +3 to lockpicking. Guys, I told you this game gets deep. This game gets really deep. This is the one I wanted to show you. This is a great one. So this is the gem of enrichment. But because it's so good though, look what it calls for: 2 pieces of moonstone, 2 Zoltanite, 1 amethyst, 1 jade, and 1 obsidian. The black one is obsidian. But what this does is, take a look. When you put in this, remember, square socket goes into armor. Add +3 to the following attributes: strength, wisdom, hide, willpower, agility, evade. And I'll tell you what, I don't want to give you any spoilers, but there's many other recipes that you'll find, so I'll let you discover them. But I'm glad we took the time to go over mining, and you saw exactly how it works, and just some of the things you can find in the recipe deck. Okay, let's move on, and who's up? Matari is going to be up with initiative token 3, and we're going to have her attack the skeletal grunt. This will be a good one. All right, let's get on with it. And actually, you know what we forgot to do? We forgot to roll the d12 to see if that pickaxe degrades. Sorry, I was excited to explain to you about the recipes and I forgot. So we'll just do that now. No harm in doing it now. And nope, it is a 9. Perfect. Okay, so his pickaxe is still in great shape. And you know what we forgot to do? Albus. Remember, you can, actually Albus is right there. we forgot to move Albus first, but that's okay. Remember, you can move Albus anytime during the hero phase. So let's move Albus now, then we will get to Mataria.